For most people, their home is the biggest single investment they'll ever make. But for more than 1.8 million homeowners, owning their home and owning the land under it are two different things. As Matt Mahar reports, those homeowners could see their houses destroyed, and there's nothing they can do about it.
Despite how it looks, there's nothing wrong with this house on the outskirts of Washington, Pennsylvania. These workers are simply getting it ready to move. So they dig a trench on 3 sides, board up the windows, the doors, the garage, then wrap steel cables around the entire place. Where's this house moving? About 3 feet straight down, and that outrages its owner, Cynthia Rossi.
This is the preparation for a planned earthquake.
Although Cynthia owns her home, the 84 Mining Company owns the coal some 500 feet below. And in a few days, it's coming to get it with one of these. A Longwall coal mining machine. A technology that's great at recovering coal, but hard on homes. As men and machine move forward, the earth falls down behind them, causing serious damage above. Cracking walls, splitting floors, snapping pipes. And if you live above America's coal fields, it could happen to you. Check your deed carefully. Even if you own your own home, you probably don't own the coal underneath it. The coal companies bought mineral rights to most of the coal fields around the turn of the century and have the legal right to mine it, sometimes with explosive consequences. This home blew up after undermining snapped a gas line. By federal law, coal companies have to pay for any damage, but not the inconvenience they cause.
This is how I come in and out the front door.
So Cynthia Rossi gets to live for weeks with her windows and doors boarded up, watching her home crack apart as the coal company goes right under her house.
There is no compensation built into the law for pain and suffering, for emotional distress.
Glenn Sugamelli of the National Wildlife Federation says the Clinton administration is considering proposals that would allow more mining and put more homes in jeopardy.
According to the Clinton administration's own estimates, their proposal will result in the damage or destruction of more than 4 homes each and every day for the next 20 years. How would you feel if that's your home?
Sugamelli says the Interior Department should be enforcing a law which prohibits mining within 300 feet of a home. The industry has argued successfully that the law does not apply to mines hundreds of feet underground. The coal industry doesn't like to talk about a technology that wrecks homes. Not one company, or even the National Mining Association, would be interviewed on camera for this story. Homeowners in this subdivision near Pittsburgh thought their homes would be safe because they sit atop several hundred feet of solid bedrock. But under that rock is coal and a mining company that has the legal right to take it.
I'd say in the last 8 weeks, I spent a considerable amount of time and effort figuring out or trying to find out some way to try to stop them. And we realized that you cannot do it.
Damon and Robbie Feldowski are watching their $800,000 dream home fall apart.
When did you first come over and see the first crack?
Yesterday.
Now that separated, I'd say, in the last hour and a half.
The one brick, look, it's even tilted that way. It was straight up before.
You can put your hand in there.
And then some.
Behind the fishing poles, you can see right outside.
You can see daylight.
Yeah.
This is not a mobile home. It was never designed to move. All the bracing may minimize, but cannot stop the damage. Just think for a moment about what's happening. A Longwall machine like this is removing all the coal that's directly underneath the Feldowski's house, leaving nothing to support the ground above. In the kids' room, like every room in the house, walls are cracking and splitting. The entire house has tilted so much, a golf ball placed on the kitchen floor rolls downhill.
It's a nightmare from hell. That's what it is. It doesn't get better. It just seems to get worse.
Bill Placio is the Pennsylvania official in charge of issuing Longwall mining permits.
The agency policy is there would be no comment.
But these Western Pennsylvania homeowners have plenty to say.
The impact of longwall mining on a community will tear a community apart.
Are you scheduled to be undermined?
Yes, we got a letter about a month ago that will be anywhere from 6 months to 5 years.
What's it like when you open that letter?
Gives you a sick feeling.
What's it do to you when you drive through this community and see these houses all braced up?
My heart aches and I'd like to cry for these people that it has already happened to.
Longwall mines often destroy a homeowner's well, which is why in coal country you see so many backyard water bottles, storage tanks for trucked-in water, paid for by the coal company.
Right now, my house is not sellable. It couldn't be mortgaged. I'm getting water trucked in every 2 weeks.
My feeling is that once Longwall mining comes into the community, you no longer really live in the United States. You have people that knock on your door and tell you when you're not going to be living in your house anymore, when you can come back.
The Feldowskis know how that feels. The 84 mining company paid for them to move to a nearby Holiday Inn, where they stayed for 33 days.
You can see this corner is split.
Now the Feldowskis' structural engineer is trying to determine how long it will take to put this home back together.
We expect the repairs, if they're done to the magnitude that we're going to recommend, they'll take 12 to 15 months.
This day and age, with the rights of human beings, of families, trying to protect families, you don't do something like this.
But the fact is, what happened to the Feldowskis and to Cynthia Rossi is going to happen to thousands more families unless there's a political miracle.
If enough people speak out and tell their senators and congressmen and the administration that we need to protect the rights of homeowners in the coal fields, then we can turn this around. We can change this.
That's the electrical service. That's fine.
But that may be wishful thinking. Both Capitol Hill and the law are on the side of the coal companies. They've owned those underground coal places for decades, and they're planning to mine the coal. Meanwhile, this story is a reminder to anyone who is purchasing a home in coal country. Make sure you read the deed and that you find out just who does own the mineral rights.
Still ahead on Inside Edition.